Hello everyone, today we'll do this third task, which is about the exploratory data analysis on or that we're gonna perform it on the dataset with SampleSuperstore. And as a business manager, we're gonna try to find out the weak areas where we can work to make more profit, and what all business problems that we can derive by exploring the data. So here we have a general representation of the dataset: ship mode, segment, country, city, and we can sort here the value. For instance, here we sort it alphabetically, and here, for instance, we'll sort it depending on quantity. So the first thing we've done is to create or to generate this scatter matrix that told us a lot of things about the data and about the relationship between the different variables and the other ones. Here, profit, sales, discount, and here we have quantity, discount, sales, category, profit. For instance, the profit, the more interesting discount rates we have, the more negative profits we get. And here the most sales or the most we sell, or the most here, for instance, the more we sell, the more we have a big profit. And here, for instance, we have here we will gonna initiate by creating a correlation matrix that tells us the relationship between the profit, or between the quantitative variables and each others. For instance, for the profit row that we're interested in, we have here sales and profit are correlated by a rate of 47 or 48%, which is important. And here we have discount that is correlated to the profit by a rate of 22 to 23%, negatively minus 22%, which is also important and interesting thing. So as a start, we're gonna focus on the discount and the sales. But first we're gonna focus on the discount. Here we have some discount, or here we have a 3D plot representation of discount, profit, and category, which tell us which category knows or contains a lot of discounts, and which category gain a lot of profits. For instance, here we have subcategory copiers gains a lot of profits here, and have nearly 0% in the rate of discount. But for the machine, for instance, we have here some machines that is sold by 70% discount on their value, and we just get a profit of minus 90 or 938. Here we're talking by the mean. No, not by the mean, but by each value and each category, etc. So here we have just a 2D plot of profit and discount, and the relationship that we've just said or talked about it. And here we have discount and sales, which is important because we have here the sales. Sales are correlated negatively to the discounts. So as we can see here, the more we have discounts are bigger or are greater, the more the sales are, or the less we have sales rate. For instance, here we have for 0 and 0.1 we have technology, and we have a profit of 70,000, and here we have a profit of 3,000. But here, for instance, sales rate, but here for instance we have just the maximum here is sales of 2000 for categories office supplies that that have discount on value of 80%. So here we're gonna focus on the state, on the profit per state. Here we just sum up all the profits that belongs to some unique state. For instance, here we have the highest rate is in California with a rate of 76,000, followed by New York, which is whose rate is 74,000. But in the other hand, we have some negative rates here, as here in the Texas state, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, etc. These states that are what we're gonna concentrate on them. Here we have discount per state that or whose profit is negative, or are whose profits are negative. Here we have Illinois, Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Colorado, Arizona, Florida, Oregon, North Carolina, and as you see here, by just or depending on their colors, we could split them to 5 classes. The first is the Ohio and Colorado class. Second is Tennessee and North Carolina. Third, Illinois, Texas, and Pennsylvania. Fourth, Arizona, and the last one is the Florida, Oregon. By the way, we've split them. We split them by their profit or by their color, depending on their profit rates. Here for Ohio and Colorado, as we see here, the majority of sales are or have negative profits. Here we have some global data for Ohio and Colorado, so we will not just waste time on it, because it will take a lot of time. So here we have sales and profit for each category and subcategory, and as you can see here, we have machine subcategory that contains the most highly negative profit, and that also that presents an important rate of sales in those states, Ohio and Colorado. Here we have here we have tables also, bookcases, supplies, etc. Here we can see also that here we have discount per ship mode for cities in Ohio and Colorado. Standard mode is the general highly negative profitable. Here same thing we'll do to Tennessee and North Carolina. And here we have sales, and we can observe that tables, binders, machines are highly profitable in a negative way. Here also storage, chairs, supplies, etc. Bookcases also. Same thing with the ship mode. Almost the same plot. We're gonna do the same thing to Illinois, Texas, and Pennsylvania. Here's some just global data. And here we can notice that machine, binders, supplies, bookcases are give the most negative or minimal profit rate. The same thing here with the standard class, as we can see here. Here will profit and sales for Arizona. Yeah, same process, and we can notice that tables, binders, machines are still the highest negatively profitable subcategories. Here the same thing, the same plot. Yeah, and here for Florida and Oregon, yeah, the same results, machines, tables, binders, and supplies, bookcases, the same result with the standard class. Yeah, and yeah, here so we have two hypotheses. The first is that the high discount rates in machines, tables, in some subcategories like machines, tables, and supplies are the main problem for these states. And the second is that the standard class is or is the most or is a problem too. So to solve this problematic, we're gonna summon some of the most highly profitable states: New York, Washington, and California. You can check above. Yeah, as you can see here. Here we have machines and binders, tables are the minimal profitable things, and the copiers are the highest one. But none of them give some negative profits. Here we can say that the standard machine is still the most general standard or ship mode in this state too, New York, Washington, and California. So we can eliminate this part of problem because it's irrelevant for our case. So just to check the second hypothesis about the discount, because if it were about if it's about the subcategory itself, we couldn't find here the machine and binders tables make some positive profit, which is here 1037, here 59, and here 500 or 500 on almost 600. So we're gonna check the discount rates. As we can see here, the discount rates in all regions and cities or states and cities. Let's take the east. Here we have the most or the highly discount, the highest, or the states that contain the highest discount rates are Pennsylvania and Ohio. Here in the central we have Illinois, Texas. South region we have Florida, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And finally in the west we have Arizona, Colorado, and Oregon. And Oregon. Just to make sure, we're gonna check our list above of the negatively profitable states. Here it is. Here we have almost the same states that I've just defined, or I've just isolated. Here we have Illinois, Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Colorado, Arizona, Florida, Tennessee, Oregon, and North Carolina. So the main problem is not the subcategory itself, is not the ship mode itself, but it's in the highest discount that reach as you can see here, that reach 0.7 and 0.8 maybe 0.4 of the value of the subcategory thing. The most problem is the high discount rate on some subcategories in some states. We can see here, we can prove this by these two plots. Here we have mean discount of or for each subcategory for all states. Here we have the mean is 0.37. For instance, for the most general here for the binders. Let's just take the binders for or as example. Here where the profit is negative or is minimal, we have a rate of 0.74 discount rate for the same subcategory, which is the binders. But here in the most or where the profit is maximal, we have just a discount rate of 0.21 to 22 from the value of the here, for instance, for the table, and for the binders it's just 0.2 or 20%. So we can conclude or we can sum up and say that the most problem that we find out is the high discount rates, on some subcategories, especially those binders, machines, appliances, bookcases, and tables in some states, especially those Illinois, Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Colorado, Arizona, Florida, Tennessee, Oregon, and North Carolina. I hope this were fun for you and understood and everything. Thanks for watching me, and I hope that you leave a review or a comment. Goodbye. Thank you.